Hi, Biggins here, and welcome to the John King Brain Tumour Foundation. I'm at the LYANESS cocktail bar, one of the top 50 bars in the world, on the edge of the Thames in the Sea Containers building. And I'm with the owner and the cocktail shaker himself, Ryan. Now, how do you pronounce your surname?
Chetiyawardana.
I thought it was. Now, Tim, what are you doing for us today? What cocktail are you making?
So I'm mixing up a perfect drink for the evening, something that's going to really be a toast to our Hip Soirée, but it's also a nod to John King, the eponymous John King. So we're making a drink called the Kingroni.
What is in an original Negroni?
So a classic Negroni is an amazing Italian aperitif. It's a mix of gin, Campari and sweet vermouth, and it's one of those drinks that's ideal before dinner. It sets your palate up, it's bittersweet, and it's great alongside food.
And how does your version change from that?
So we're doing a little bit of a twist. We're sticking true to the DNA of what the drink is. It's something for the Negroni lovers out there that will still ring true to the classic.
And how does your version differ from the original, from that?
So we're doing a little bit of a twist. We're sticking true to the DNA of what the drink is. It's something for the Negroni lovers out there that will still ring true to the classic. But we've got a couple of little accents. So paying tribute to John's career in London, we have some local variants from here. We've got a local sweet vermouth, and we're using a gin that's still part of the city, made here in London. And we're using a couple of accents. So we're using some kümmel, which is the king's liqueur. And John was also he was a fan of playing golf, and it's one of those golfers' tipple. So it felt like an obvious nod to be able to include. We're also using a touch of smoke. We're using some Islay single malt, a single malt from Caol Ila distillery. It was something that really actually has a lovely link to some of John's kind of career in London. And we're accenting it with a little bit of lemon thyme. So it's a lovely touch of that English garden feel. So it's a real brace of flavours that nods towards all of the elements that were part of his career.
I'm drunk already. let's start making it.
Wonderful. So our Kingroni, it's a wonderful drink that we've actually taken a lot of the hard work out for you. But I want to take you through the DNA of the drink, the details so you can understand what you get to enjoy. So we're using the classic heart of a Negroni. We're using some gin, some sweet vermouth and some Campari, but we're taking this in a bit of a London-skewed direction, a nod to John's career here in London. But we're also using a couple of accents around it that really pay tribute to his life and his loves. So at the heart, one of the favourite things he had was the occasional cigar. So we'd use a little bit of smoke, a little touch of some Caol Ila single malt. So just a couple of dashes, nodding to John's love of a cigar. It's got this amazing smokiness, but we don't want to overwhelm the drink, so we're just going to use a few little dashes in the background. On top of this, we're going to use some kümmel liqueur from the Lucky Liquor Company up in Scotland. An amazing kind of combination of caraway, fennel, some cumin. It's got this lovely golden spice to it. So just a touch of our liqueur. And then layering in the combination above. So classically that Campari, that golden, lovely, bittersweet liqueur that's going to give us a real richness to the drink, and it's going to help, as it sits over ice, tease you out a lot of layers of flavour as you drink through the cocktail. And to balance that with a little bit of this golden sweetness as well, we're using the sweet vermouth from the London Vermouth Company. So nodding to John's career in London, we have this wonderful local vermouth that's going to give us a touch of some of those spices, but a really golden sweetness around the drink. And finally, also hailing from London, we have our Beefeater gin. So made in the centre of the city for over 200 years. This has got a classic juniper profile, lots of that lovely herbal punch, and it's going to give plenty of room for us to enjoy this drink as we sit, let it dilute, enjoy, catch up with our friends, and it's going to work wonderfully before and with the food.
Very good.
So simply stirred over ice. This allows us to chill the drink down, open out the flavours and make sure everything's harmonised. But again, this is going to be super simple for you at home. So we're simply going to take a rocks glass filled with ice, and you're going to pour this over the top. And you've got a couple of serves in there each. So it's the chance to be able to enjoy a couple of rounds of this, and just simply taking a little bunch of some lemon thyme just on the top to be able to give it a lovely accent, nodding to John's love of gardening and the wonderful English garden, but it's also that really kind of tie into those flavour notes that you're going to find in the food. So a little herbal touch just on the top to be able to enjoy our Kingroni.
Ryan, thank you very much. Delicious.
Excellent.
Oh my goodness, this is wonderful. And this can tickle your nose too, which is rather nice. Well, this is a perfect complement to all your goodies in your hamper. Now, our aim tonight is to raise £25,000 to enable the support of the neurosurgical ICU into a peaceful haven for patients, their families and friends. Now, there are 3 ways to donate. One is our auction, and secondly, Emma Rogers, one of our patrons, has done a hand sculpture, which is absolutely beautiful. Or simply donate. Every penny raised will go towards our garden and helping the patients and staff at St George's Hospital. So bid generously, bid high, and drink responsibly. Bottoms up!